except for, and the regular route would be $1 a ride. However, they will pick you up at your house. Other than that, we didn't accomplish much. House signs, we have completed 400 signs. They are in the process of finishing up, putting them up. I want to say a special word for the fire department. They each got 90 signs, and they're almost all put up. Really, it's kind of a hardship for them because they also are in the midst of a rigorous training program at this time, and in the future, I don't think we can put that burden on them. I have applied to the, what's the name I want? Greater Rochester Health Consortium, is that what it is?
Yeah.
For a grant for the remainder of the 800 signs that we're going to need. That grant is for 17,800 and some dollars. I don't remember the exact figure. But that also includes not only the signs, the posts, the bolts and everything, but also $3 a sign to have them erected by someone. My thought is that the initial $3 a sign will be offered to people from the fire department, and after, if they are unable to do it, we will go out and look for people to put them up for us, $3 each. So that's, they will let us, grant comes due on the 15th of July. They said they would let us know by the end of July whether we have it or not. I have been assured by some people that we definitely have it. I've heard that before, so I'm not counting on it. But there is another session in August 15th that we can apply if we don't get it this time, and I will, with your permission, go ahead and apply next time if we don't get it this time. But I'm hoping we get enough money. The Justice Grant is out now. It sounds like we are qualified for a larger amount this time, and I know Gary has been talking to Eileen. We've been talking to Eileen about we want to replace these fans and air conditioning units. They're very, very loud when you try to hold court. Plus, we want to look at a lot of stuff, so we're looking at heat pumps for this place, and it should be, we should be able to tell at the next meeting how much we're going to apply for, but it's going to be significantly more than the 2,200 we got, 2,200 we got this year. We're going to talk about the salary for our new clerk. We should decide how much we are going to be offering to that person. The reason we increased it so much this year was because we had a person who had extensive qualifications, and so we gave a sizable raise this time. But I'm recommending, and I've recommended to Eileen, I haven't heard back from her, but that we make that an annual salary of $5,000 for the remainder of this year, and then look at what we have after that. So I would recommend that we set the salary at $5,000, prorated to the rest of the year. And you're going to talk about trade standards later. All like that? Got some things on the website.
All right.
Sure. You don't want to talk about the credit card policy?
Those policies are down here, someplace.
Yeah, she's got mileage travel. We can do it down there. You want to do mileage travel now?
Whatever you want to do. I
I've
give
got
you.
100 miles travel
Okay,
reimbursement training.
All right, let's do it now.
When we did the audit, we spent a good deal of money, $8,000 for a lot. But they made some recommendations, and I hate to see us spend that kind of money and not act on their recommendations one way or another. So I have sent to you and to our lawyer a proposal based on some things from other towns and what we are currently doing now. And there are some blanks in there. The mileage policy that I gave you, that will be go in our policy manual, which I will provide, once you decide what you want to do, I will provide you indexes for the table of contents. It would revise section 4.7, which currently is mileage reimbursement policy, but this would be a little bit more expensive. I also have sent you a copy of the credit card policy, which would go into section 8.9. And again, that has some blanks that us people will need to fill in with the advice and consent of the lawyer, I assume. And so I just hate to see us spend that kind of money and not act on it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy work too, we can do this pretty simply. Yes?
Chuck, I have a question. The signs that you guys are putting up, are they supposed to have numbers on both sides?
On Road 89, we're putting them on both sides, and most places we'll put them on both sides. However, down on the lake properties, where it's pretty much a one-way road, the fire engines and ambulances are going to go down one way there to find a place. So those we've made ones.
Okay, because my question is on Booth Road,
Right.
all the signs, the numbers are on the south side if you're heading north. There's nothing on the north side heading south.
Is that a two-way road?
And
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a two-way road.
It's the jog on and off 89.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get some more numbers. Just a matter of 20 months. All of the numbered roads that were fire department roads, I assume were going there.
This isn't a fire road, it's a
It's a main
It's a
road.
regular road.
So, 389.
That's all right. So we're moving through. Take another day.
Okay, it probably will be a while because it's hard to get the guy to make the signs fewer. He needs to make a big one. But I'll take it. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Down to Jeff, I guess you're next.
Okay, not much to report other than the thought, I'm going to ask everybody here. One time, somewhere, someplace, within whatever regulations allow, told each county and town to develop a disaster prep. There it is. Yeah. Is it a disaster prep plan? Are you aware of anything like that?
Yeah, we gave a list of all of our equipment to the county. And we just recently received new license plates for 3 of our vehicles. I got notice in the mail the other day that we've got to do all of them. On the pickup out here, they're labeled with the county and the town name. So if there ever is something that happens, we can get right in. Do it.
Is there anything more than that? Do they use part of the, have you ever participated in sit-downs or instructions or things to talk about?
We've met before, yeah, up the county.
So it's a county level thing, it's not a local.
Right. It's the county.
Thank you. I'm done.
Can I ask something, Jeff? Are you just asking as far as the highway department, or are you asking as the town should have a disaster?
Well,
prep plan?
that's where I was going. I mean, he gave me the limitation of it. It says each county except those contained within the city of New York, each city, town, and village is authorized to prepare a disaster prep plan.
Right, as a town, we should have one actually.
And that can cover a whole gauntlet of varieties. So you think it's working?
Well, it's something that has been
Something we can
mentioned in
do,
different
think about.
meetings, and something that we can certainly
we could contact this state association and get a copy.
Yeah, we can get one, we can get one, but, get a well plate.
I'll do that.
That was a question.
Anita? No.
Regularly, the Red Cross in Seneca County does hold disaster preparedness meetings at the Reformed Church. And they are announced, but nobody shows up except for people from the church. And part of that plan, believe it or not, even in my antiquity.
Thank you. Okay. Jeffrey, you said you were done. Come down to attorney. Pat, you got anything?
No, not this month. Just other things that are already on the agenda.
Okay. Yeah, I might need you in that. Supervisor, say I got down here a dog and impoundment fees and dog pickup fees. We need to work on that. Let's see what we're gonna do with that. Christopher's picked up some dogs. Got an insert somewhere.
It was recommended by the dog control state lady that came down and did her interview with Chris, that we should raise our impoundment fees and impose fees for daily because they were too low to cover the costs of what the town has to pay. So, and I enclosed that, the old resolution in here so that you would see what we did pay, $3 a day for impoundment plus 10. She didn't say what it should be, but
What did it cost us the last time? We just impounded the dog.
Yeah, Chris, what's it cost us to take a dog to Beverly?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you don't pay the bill? We do?
I think it's,
It's $10 a day for
$10
$7
7
a
days.
day.
But we also have Chris's mileage and everything. is what-
Right, we gotta pay Christopher to take him up there, and we gotta pay them $10 to keep the dog to keep for 7 days, right?
Yeah, well, out of the dogs I've taken up there so far, they've been recovered.
Our owners can't got him.
Yeah,
There's
they've
one
been
still
redeemed.
there. I got a thing from them the other day, and one of the dogs is still there. We have a bill for $70 for the 7 days.
Oh, all right, that must be, Town of Covert, dog control officer covered for me when I was on vacation,
Right.
so that's probably the one.
So at the end of 7 days, they assume the dog, right? And we're done paying on it, and,
According to our contract with them, that's what it's supposed to
Yeah.
happen, yeah.
so we only gotta pay 7 days and we're done.
So we have something in our year, beginning of the year, our organizational meeting about the prices?
No, this is the
No,
only thing that
this
we
is-
have. I went through all the things.
Nothing
and-
said.
So it's $3 a day in pounds plus $10 pickup.
Right.
And you want to make it,
It's up to you guys, but you gotta think about what we're paying out for mileage and what we're paying for mileage.
$10 prices.
Yeah, we're paying 10 now, so we have at least,
That's for, yeah.
we should break even anyway, shouldn't we?
Can we get some figures and do it next month? To see what exactly what it's costing us, so we don't put some figures in, we're still losing money.
All right, we can do that. Next one.
Could Charlie make that recommendation? Where to lay these fees? Charlie, okay?
Yeah, we'll figure out what we can do with mileage and see what you guys say.
Okay. Next one I got is Terry Sanford, who's filling in substitute clerk. We haven't paid her a nickel, have we? Yeah, we gotta give her some money
When we
here.
originally decided to get a new clerk, we looked through a lot of stuff and we found that there was a great deal of material which hadn't been fully taken care of. And so we're going to, she's put in quite a bit of time. Originally she volunteered, and I think she would volunteer now, but I don't think that's fair.
No, she wants to be paid.
We are talking about making the new position $5,000, I have talked about it, which comes to $416 a month. I would suggest that we pay her a month's salary. And we probably are not going to be putting in somebody new until the end of the month anyways. We've got 2 applicants for the position. I talked to the people from Manpower in Seneca Falls this morning, or Waterloo this morning. That's the office that we work out of for the private program. And they're going to advertise it for us. Eileen said she was going to put it on Craigslist, and we've been putting the word out to the DA's office and other places like that. And we probably are not going to have anybody until the end of the month, I wouldn't think.
Terry's not interested, oh, good,
No, she's
just helping out.
She's retired, she wants to, but she has been a tremendous help, and we're getting back on the straight and narrow again on getting all the back stuff caught up. It doesn't look like everybody that's applied so far has a good computer skills and secretarial skills, but has never worked with this program, so that's going to be a problem. And Carrie has also agreed to stay and help train her. So my recommendation is that we pay her $416 for the remainder of the month, and see if that's agreeable with it.
I'm not following your numbers
No,
here.
that's not a.
We're talking,
5,000 divided by 12 is 416.
Yeah, but in the, what's in the budget? You guys got to look at the budget here. You
Yeah.
guys go spend
Well-
money. What's in the budget left for the clerk? That's what
we were charging she was being paid $6,000 for the year.
when she quit, the end of June, right? So we got $3,000 left.
We paid her through the end of June.
There's about 3,000 left.
So we got about 3,000 left. Yeah. So we can divvy up that 3,000.
I'm saying that we set the salary for the new person, not at $6,000, but $5,000 a year, which would be $416 a month.
$416 a month, and she's gonna for 6 more months, or no, 5 more months, right?
Might not be enough, but I just want to put an input, talking to Terry, she's getting $10 an hour where she's at, and she does expect to get paid for helping out with this job, and she's hoping to get paid at least that, and she probably has 60 hours in already right now of all the work that she's been doing here, and believe me, we need her right now, that's the way things are. I've helped where I can help in between doing the clerk stuff, and things are a mess.
You could pay her $10 an hour if you agreed not to pay as much for the new person coming in.
Right, you have to
The
cut
new
the
person coming in, the reason why, at my suggestion, you remember we fought pretty hard on the budget for a $1,000 raise for the current
past clerk.
task clerks. And
Former.
the reason she got more than the 2% raise that everybody else got. And I think we should go back to the original salary from the year before as the salary for the new person, because she will be coming in as not as experienced. And that's where I get to.
Okay, so we'll talk about that.
That's budget work.
Budget.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we need to pay Terry.
Got 3,000 to spend over the next 6 months.
It's $10 an hour that bad for sitting here and doing court work.
Because you're not going to get someone for 10, I mean.
I many hours she got in right now?
She's probably got close to 60 hours right now. She's putting a lot of time in.
So over 600 right now.
Making sure we're as good as we thought.
Not at all.
I don't know, whatever you want to do here. Let's see.
I don't think
I give you the ultimatum what you can spend. You guys figure out how to spend it.
But you know, you gotta consider if you're gonna get those other fines coming in and stuff. You might watch
Hey, but you gotta go with the budget. I'd like to stick with the budget.
Yeah, if you're gonna be appointing somebody, that's the idea. Advertise, find somebody.
We advertise and we got,
3 applicants.
If you're
Yeah,
paying
3
somebody- If
applicants.
you're paying somebody by the month, you can't pay them, bring them in until the end of the month. If you just set an hourly rate, obviously, apparently you need somebody doing this, give them an hourly rate, you can pay them at that rate. And then if you find somebody to take the position,
Still
Then
we're
we
not-
don't take over.
you're not committed for another month.
Right.
Not a monthly contract.
Alright, so let's just pay Terry.
So at that new rate, $10 an hour, we will go past what we have budgeted. If that person continues,
We will go past it, depending on what you're gonna offer the new person.
sure. So when we take that into consideration, hiring a new person, that should come into play as what she might work for at the beginning.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cross that bridge when we get to
Well,
it.
I guess it's a deal we could.
See, $10 an hour for the work she's doing. So. That's
Well, she's
pretty
doing-
reasonable.
She's doing extra work just because she's playing catch.
Right, that's pretty
That's
reasonable.
what you think.
And you're probably gonna need someone for a while.
What is she doing? I mean, what type of work does a clerk need to be able to do?
A lot.
A lot.
Is it assistant to you, Colleen, or to the judge?
No,
To the
it's
judge.
Oh, to the judge, okay.
court clerk.
Court
The-
clerk.
the
It's
big-
not
the
an
biggest
ordinary
problem-
job.
The biggest problem is there's so much computer work, and they've made everything, for example, a DWI now takes about 3.5 hours of paperwork. When you have a disconnect, you gotta arrange for the car disconnect, you have to arrange for a temporary license, there's a regular fine, of course. You're looking at close to, a person's looking at $10,000 when they get a DWI.
Yeah.
And I would say there's 3 to 3.5 hours of paperwork. It's unbelievable. And everything else is the same way. And so,
Not too
You
bad.
have to know what papers to
Maybe
fill
that's
out.
the board, everything needs to be correct.
Right. Say the clerk's got to enter it all in the court system, or the judge just assesses the fines.
It's not put in right and be thrown out.
Goes to motor vehicle department, you got all.
Yeah, the clerk's got to put all that in.
That's
Significant
right.
money needs to be
Okay,
correct.
so, down the law, you're gonna,
Just go give her $10 for now, and hopefully we can get another new clerk in here. At a reasonable rate.
but there will be some training by Terry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, because we aren't getting
You
anybody's.
guys think you can hire whatever peanuts.
Mm-mm.
Wrong. Got some knowledge. Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay, so.
Could make it. The town clerk could take over.
What's that?
Do that in addition to a regular job.
I guess that's it.
Resolution.
Resolutions.
Before we start resolutions, there might be some on this list that aren't on this list. Chuck, you had one, right?
Right.
Huh?
Bridge repair,
Bridge
right.
repair, bridge. What else?
Doesn't matter, we'll get through it.
if we get down the bottom, is there anything else we have?
That's right, that's what we always do.
Okay, I just want to see.
Last minute things come up.
Alright, yes.
Next time.
Any approval of the supervisor's income and expenditure report?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? approval of the highway report.
So moved.
Second.
So all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? I need approval of the town clerk's report.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? I need approval of the code enforcement officer's report.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Need approval of the dog control officer report.
Make the motion.
It's a good report, by the way, Chris. We haven't got one of them
Been a while.
in about
40 years.
40 years, yeah.
I want to say I called this number tonight and he has a very professional answer on it.
Yeah, no, it's excellent, and they say it's,
I'll second that.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? A variance request for Peter Meshtian.
The land management ordinance states what the board is to be considering is that where there are unusual or unforeseen circumstances or hardship, the town board may, after a public hearing, grant variances from any of the provisions of this ordinance, except those related to the county health department. So that's what you're considering. Is there an unusual or unforeseen circumstance or hardship relating to these applications? And such that it would justify a variance from the otherwise stated requirements.
As a former member of the planning board, I make a motion that we accept the recommendation to the language and code.
Is which one?
Yeah, let's do it one at a time.
Peter.
Let's do Peter first, and then let's break it up here. I'll second it, Chuck, if nobody else will. Oh, right. Any discussion? We discussed this quite a bit. All in favor of going with Chuck and denying it, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Let's move on to, let's move down to a variance request for Louise. Let's be the next one.
As a former member of the planning board, I move that we accept the recommendation and deny it.
I'll make a motion.
You're gonna
Second.
second?
Second.
Okay, second.
I just want to say here that I think the land management needs to be reviewed. This is a new type of structure. And I think,
I've already stated that, so I agree with it.
I agree.
Okay. I think the planning board needs a little bit more instructions.
Yeah.
Do you agree, John?
Yeah.
So, shall we define a better instruction at the bottom of these resolutions and then go ahead with it? Well, somebody has to write it. The one that was written before is back.
Maybe the planning board and the board should get together
That's a possibility.
and discuss it.
And the planning board asked for a lawyer
That's
too.
what the
so-
land management ordinance is.
What's that?
That's what the land management ordinance is. This town board's directions to the planning board. And that's what they're considering, that's what they're interpreting, that they're making recommendations to this board. They're not making the decisions of this board.
Right, right,
This
they're not.
board is
Right.
here to make decisions. They're making recommendations.
It's really up to us what to do.
At any rate, this
Talking
town,
about
a written decision as required by the land management ordinance is required to be, a written decision within 30 days of receipt of the recommendation of the town planning board. And I would also recommend that in addition to being, filed with the town clerk, should also be mailed to the applicants.
Good. Oh, we got a vote.
We have a resolution on this board.
We got the resolution from Chuck to go with the planning board and deny. We got a second from Jeff, and I guess all those in favor say aye. Aye. Nobody opposed? Okay, so we're at 9.
I move we postpone the dog impoundment fee and pickup fees until we have a
Little more information.
from the clerk.
Okay. Give me that. Let's go down to Molly's travel training policy.